Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
And joining us today, it's our friend
Atlas Novack.
Welcome back to the show, Atlas. It's been way too long.
It's been 8 years.
It's been 8 years.
Wow. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Nice to meet
It was two different co-hosts when you were on here.
brand new lineup. You know.
Me and Atlas used to see each other a lot.
That's
at
true.
the mics.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. And also, we could subtract 1 year for the pandemic. So
Understandable.
6.
Yes.
Let's go 6.
6?
Yeah,
Okay.
6 is a good number.
6 and some change.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yesterday I was doing a tour, and they I mentioned, they were like, "What brought you to L.A.?" I was like, "I do stand-up comedy," and then they mentioned that their son-in-law lost some kind of sports bet or something, and was going to have to do stand-up as a punishment because he was last in his fantasy league or something
I hate
like
that. That used to happen in Austin all the time.
Really?
That happened
Yeah,
in
and it's
Nashville,
like,
too,
okay, so your dream is my punishment.
punishment.
Ha, 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 ha.
But
So somebody goes up and be like, "This set is brought to you by DraftKings."
yeah.
And like,
Well,
I kinda- sorry.
the funny part was she goes, yeah, he's gonna have to do 15 minutes of stand up, and I was like, what?
That is
Where
brutal.
is this?
Jesus.
and where can I find time
That's
to do
what I
this?
was like. I'll move to your weird corner of Pennsylvania for 15 minutes. That's a fucking dream.
Some part of the defeatist part of me is whenever that would happen, I loved it. When,
yeah.
when someone loses a bet and has to do stand up, and then their nervous friends are there to be like, "Ha ha, look at you,
Fuck
dude. You're
you."
fucking nervous, dude."
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
I get to go up and be fake confident and feel cool in front of people who
That's
surely play sports. Like, I fucking love it, dude.
They at least play fantasy football.
Or have a vested interest in sports. They're already way more masculine than me.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we were talking about stand up before we started rolling. What were you gonna say, Carter?
So we were talking about how sometimes people at the store will be their first time ever doing stand up, and what a recipe for
The
disaster
comedy
that is.
store.
The comedy store.
Yeah.
So I was going made me think of the question. You were saying we all bomb in a certain way the first time we do it. In what way, if you can remember, did you bomb the first time you did stand up? Because you did.
Yeah.
No one.
I remember I was just performing to I think 2 people, maybe 3. And one of them was the host. And I think the other 2 were comics who had just gone up.
Okay.
And maybe one who was going to go up after me.
Okay.
And yeah, I was just, I was nervous. I remember my hand shaking. I could see it on the mic, but I think that's, in a way, the best time to go up is there's zero stakes.
Yeah.
So I actually, I just got to get through the first hurdle of being like, okay, I did it. I actually went and did it.
Oh yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, fuck, I don't know if I could do this. So
The way I
I
bombed.
got introduced as Troy Harper by the host who just he combined some other
Troy
names.
Harper.
Yeah.
Troy Harper.
You don't want to see Troy when Troy comes out, dude.
Troy Harper sounds like
shit.
one of the people who lost the bet from
Yeah.
their and had to go do stand-up.
Troy Harper is one of those guys who's like, I can do a nightclub or a church, and then they find out about all the underage girls years later.
There's no one named Troy who doesn't have a sex crime they haven't committed.
Yeah,
Troy Aikman.
except for Troy Aikman. And, yeah.
No, he's the worst.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Is he? I don't know.
I don't know.
Do not say that about Troy Aikman.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna
Oh boy,
got
sorry.
a Cowboys guy in the room. We can't do that.
Now Jay Barker, he would never do that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got a country album, I think, or a country song at least. Troy Aikman. He was a trailblazer in that regard.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's
Yeah.
calling games too.
What was your first bomb?
Mine was so the first time I did stand up, and the way in which I bombed was I wrote it all down on a piece of paper. It wasn't jokes; it was just a story.
Yeah.
And I read the story, did not pull my head up from the piece of paper, and I burned the light really hard.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But the story got laughs or whatever. Got enough laughs to I was.
Set the hook.
Yeah, exactly. I was hooked a little bit. I was definitely got the first little taste of crack or whatever to come back, but
Yeah.
which is another thing I was going to bring up later. So I burned the light really hard. That was the most predominant way in which I bombed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know I definitely I was holding the mic like fucking Henry Rollins, like right here.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude.
I believe I had
yeah.
it wrapped around my arm.
That's
Were you
so
also
funny.
shirtless in gym shorts?
yeah, exactly.
I think that's so
60
funny.
pounds heavier too, just jiggling. Yeah.
I still see that all the time. People who hold the mic cord and stuff like they are the singer of a punk band or
Yeah.
something. It's hilarious.
When they
to
wrap
me
around their
now.
arm is like when people do like too much of this though, when they like
Hold it
grip
like
at
a
the base,
cocktail glass.
I hate that.
Me too. I
hate that.
I can't stand it, and it breaks the mic.
That's the CK.
It is the
it's the
CK.
CK.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like the sophisticated way of doing it.
Yeah.
I hate this.
It's either that or the thing where they'll have the mic stand and they're just like fingering the mic stand. Just fucking take it up and put it over here.
Oh, I
Leave
do
it
that.
alone.
They're like
I'm bad
jerking
about
off
that.
the mic stand the whole set.
It's a crutch, and I totally do it. I like do
Yeah.
this whole like I'm a weathered comedian. Or whatever.
I'm stirring the pot.
Yeah, this is my comedy's a stick shift.
About to go to high gear, boys.
Yeah. Oh, I'm terrible about that. You're right. You have to get it up and move it out of the way so you don't do that.
Well, because there's that, and then like when you get the light, that you can then pick it up, bring it back here, and
Right.
that's like a signal to the light guy, like I see you.
I see. Yeah.
Right.
Here's the mic back in the stand.
It's practical.
I think my first time was when I was 17. I got my wisdom teeth out, and afterward, my mom's friend was visiting us. He's like, "I'm going to go get coffee. Do you want to come with me?" And I went, "Brr," and went with them. And we were at the Unurban Cafe in Santa Monica, California, where I am
boy.
from.
Yep.
And I saw the like sign for like open mics Wednesday night, and I was like, I'm a do that. So that was like my decision to go do an open mic. And
You're
my first
under anesthesia.
yes, I didn't do the mic under anesthesia, but I made the decision to.
Okay.
And while I was up on stage, I just like, people fear public speaking more than death.
Yeah.
So it was just me sweating, like literally like flop sweat
Yeah.
the entire time. And
It's pretty normal for you know.
the mic slipped out of my hand
Oh.
from the sweat. I caught it, but it was like,
Like even the graded
Yeah.
part at the top.
yeah.
Wow.
The host takes it back. It's sopping wet. Thanks.
Oh man.
Was that Q at that point? The host? Who was hosting?
Michael?
Oh, okay.
With the glasses, the bald guy?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That weird guy. Yeah, he was the host.
That weird guy describes every open
Yeah,
mic.
I was about to say, yeah, that doesn't narrow it down. Yeah, that's probably where we met. I assume
I think
was
so,
at Cafe
yeah.
Unurban back in the day.
Because like, the first 4 years of me doing stand-up was I can't get into any 21 and over shows.
Yeah, of
so
course.
it was all like coffee shop mics and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That place was. They would always run the open mic simultaneous with game night.
Yes.
and so there'd be a bunch of, two very distinct types of nerds. You'd have the comedy people, and then you'd have the game board,
Yeah.
board game people, and they.
Separated by a short distance.
Yes,
Yes.
and oil and water. Those two particular types.
Yep.
It seems they fucking hated us.
I
Video game people?
The board game people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. They live in a very distinct corner of the world though.
Well,
At
they
least when you go
play-
to GTTs and games to do their mic, they had
Yes.
like a separate room in the back, and
Yeah.
the board game people were in the front of the store.
Right.
Yeah.
They'd be playing like backgammon and stuff. Not even
Yeah.
the nerdy games. They'd be playing like
Chinese
Chess.
checkers
Yeah,
and
the
shit.
intense ones.
Yeah.
The fucking intense ones, dude.
I think the geeky teas. I've done the geeky teas a few times. Like I think like the vibe is like it's like you're explaining like a board game to somebody. It's like you don't really want to hear like a reaction. Just get the rules. You know.
Yeah. Carter's got a report from the mean streets of East LA. What did you see on the way here?
Oh yeah. So I take Fountain from West Hollywood and I hook a ride on Vermont, and in the middle of the street, a drug deal went down.
Oh, in on Vermont,
Like on Vermont, like in the middle of like
like the median.
like they waited until I was like thinking like maybe they're like trying to do this like hiding in plain sight thing.
Yeah.
'Cause they waited until the light turned green.
Yeah.
A bunch of cars are going towards like this direct towards your house. And fucking like these two guys like met in the middle of the street, and he just like gave him a bag, and the other dude like just gave him a high five or like you
In
know
the
like
crosswalk or like
in the middle of the street.
Oh,
like
not in
four cars stopped and were like Jesus, and like he like fucking like gave him money in a bag.
Okay, so I'm imagining like a reverse pickpocket thing where you just like walk by shove it in the guy's pocket.
It was like he had like a fucking like Walgreens bag or something, and he like gave it to him, and then the dude was like, he was like kind of like itching, you know how like an itch.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the coke
Like a drug, like a drug addict.
Exactly like that.
It's not the travel bug; it's the shakes bug.
Yeah, the shakes.
Yeah.
And he gave him money, and like 4 people stopped their cars. And I was just thinking, I was like, is that the logic behind it, where they're like,
it's so crazy, no one will call the cops
on the street corner? It's like, you know, people are looking for that.
That area is lawless.
Yeah,
It truly is. I go by there all the time.
Speaking of Los Angeles,
Oh, the fanny pack is coming out.
it's time for a World Championship Throwdown, Atlas, with low
Hey.
energy. All right, everybody's getting a little sleepy. We need to.
I'm
crank it
nervous.
The fuck up.
I'm nervous because I had Chipotle for lunch. So this is like diarrhea.
The bathroom is
restroom
right
is
there.
right there. Yeah,
But it would be so rude of me to just go have loud diarrhea right there. Like,
It would be good for the podcast.
yeah, it's all mic'd up in there waiting for you.
like all this entire episode is just like you
That's the
presenting the
goods.
energy drinks, and that's it.
I hate to bring the negative energy. Carter, you live in L.A. You're eating Chipotle. What the fuck is wrong with you?
My buddy on the phone was like, he's like, I get it. He's like, you're just a piece of shit. Just like, it's like, I don't know. It's like walking distance from my house.
It's like
whatever.
the same price as a real Mexican food restaurant.
Oh yeah,
But it's also like it's walking distance from my house, but I drove there. No, it was down it's down that street that you told me that like that's why they don't allow right turns, is because people used to get jerked off in the middle of the night.
Wait, what is this?
You told me
this episode.
What street is this?
You told me this one time on a tour guide thing, or I don't know, we were driving around or something. But it was in West Hollywood, and they have these signs that say no right turns after 8 p.m. And you're like,
Yeah.
you're like, you know why that is, right? I was like, why? And he's like, because you used to go down there and you used to get jerked off by
Exactly.
prostitutes,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
they tried to clean up that street. I was
Down
like,
in West
okay.
Hollywood.
Those are,
That's right.
Those are the AKA no black signs. They
Is that what that means?
It is. They're
That too. It covers a gamut of,
It covers
of unwanted
Hey,
people.
we don't want you in this neighborhood, and we'll have any legal reason to pull you over now.
Of course.
There's
That's
shit
why I
like
drove
that.
there, because I didn't feel comfortable there with those fucking
Well, there's
rich
shit-
fucks.
There's shit like that in Silver Lake too.
Yeah, I see that sign
from the old days where gay people would live in Silver Lake.
Right,
and they're
right.
like, no right turns here because you're gay and we'll pull you over.
I think it is it's more of a homophobic thing than a racist thing, right?
It's probably a lot. It's probably all
It's
of it.
both.
Little
dude.
column A, little
You're-
column B, I'm guessing.
You don't find many people that are like, I'm homophobic. I'm not racist though.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because on the way there, I actually ran into like a mom and pop taco stand. Like I like blew through it, and then I got to the Chipotle, and I was just like, "Hurry with my order!" And I fucking ate it on top of my car. And someone asked me for some food, and I like slam dunked it on his head.
Good.
I went into a liquor store right nearby the Clark Street Diner over on Franklin, and
I worked there.
I know, that's why I mentioned it.
I injured my wrist.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
They fucked
The
him
Clark
up, bro.
Street Diner.
Yeah.
They had to pay me disability for 2 years.
Oh
What's,
yeah, I remember.
How did you fuck up your wrist?
Repetitive motion washing dishes because they didn't have the right equipment or staff for it.
Usually when I hear repetitive motion, the first thing that comes into my mind was jerked off too much, but like
Yeah.
that's the
Spend a little too much time on those
You-
streets in West Hollywood.
That's what the doctor like looked at his wrist for a second. He was like,
You and
Someone,
every other stand-up comic have suggested the same idea.
Just like that's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear wrist motion injury.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder.
Oh,
Every gym
I heard
teacher.
them all. I heard them all when I first injured my wrist.
Sure. Yeah.
Let me ask you something. How many times a day do you play with your pud?
Well, when I picked this up, I took it up to the counter and they tried to scan it, and the guy was like, I'd never even seen this. So that was a good sign.
I was so scared.
An unsellable product.
So, Atlas, tell the folks what we've got for them today.
Pro Baller Ultra Premium Energy Drink, and it's got the LA Lakers.
That's right. It's the
insignia on it.
official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers.
No way.
At
Yeah.
the Crypto.com Arena, the dumbest name
I like that they have
for an
to.
arena.
I like
They
have
could
to-
have called it the Crypt.
Yeah.
Wait,
Why didn't they?
We do. Us real fans
I-
do.
Well, no,
You can't even buy this at crypto.
No, I think they just got the license for it or something. I don't even know what the deal is, but
If you go down to Vermont and Wilshire, there's a big billboard that says that some beer is the official Korean beer.
oh, I love that on the
fucking
Dodgers. Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something. It's
Yeah.
like, you're getting so damn specific
Yeah.
with this shit.
Yeah.
Not any beer, just Korea.
Yeah, just Korean
beer.
beer specifically.
Interesting. I'm not much of an energy drink guy, so I haven't really explored much of the options. I was a big
We haven't either.
Okay, I'm just saying I was a big Red Bull guy in college, and then after that, not so much.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, what?
Now it's just coffee. That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
That's what a normal person does. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
so-
I get the feeling because, like, I'm an English teacher. I feel it would be weird to be like, "Hi, kids, I'm drinking Pro Baller in this coffee mug."
It's like staving off a wicked hangover with this pro
Pro
baller.
baller. Yeah.
Today we're going to be reading Othello. Brought to you by Pro Baller.
Now, how jacked up was Iago, gang? Huh?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Let's give this a try, and then I'll tell you about the company. Hang on.
I got to play him in high school in the production of Othello.
Oh,
This
nice.
is everybody's favorite part of the show. Please hold.
Oh yeah.
Is it because it sounds like you're pissing into 4 cups?
I've missed so much in the 8 years.
We've been really grasping for a concept for
Oh, like a hook or whatever. So now it's the.
There we go. Atlas.
Thank you.
It's like Gatorade Gray.
It's like we jumped the
Yeah.
shark so much that became the brand.
Is shouting while you pour into
Yeah.
cups for energy.
Where it sounds like Rivers is pushing out a kidney stone.
You can't jump the shark when you are the shark. Okay?
Fucking A,
Know what
buddy.
I'm saying?
Fucking A.
Yeah, just give it a try. Oh, the milkiness of it, I find disturbing.
It's very, and for the color, it's very citrusy smelling.
This looks very like Pedialyte almost.
If I may, it looks like carbonated cum.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
I
but
didn't wanna
thought
say it,
I
but-
thought it too.
Cheers, everybody.
Okay.
Cheers,
L'chaim.
everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste horrible, but it's not good.
Yeah.
This tastes like if someone spoke the word lemonade from down a hallway.
Or I think it's if somebody was like, "Here's this new orange Fanta with ginger."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a little
Yeah.
ginger to it. I'll tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like you were handed this for free at a basketball game. You're like,
Yeah, yeah,
and
for
then you
sure.
literally never think about it again.
Makes
For
sense.
sure.
It tastes like, and it does say it has, I think, agave nectar.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's not as sweet as a normal fake energy drink.
Yeah, it's got
bullshit
right.
is.
Yeah. So the president of this company, by the way, his name is Brady Bunte, or
Bunte.
Bunte. He's a
Holy hell.
He's an Orange County guy.
It's Bunte or Bunt?
Might be Bunt, but
Bunte.
I like Bunte. Yeah, exactly. And he also owns Cabo chips, which are, I guess,
Oh,
tortillas that are apparently only available at Whole Foods, and
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Tres Sietes tequila. And he says that this energy drink was specifically crafted to be mixed with tequila. And unfortunately, I don't have any
It
tequila.
does.
Yeah.
It does feel like it's missing.
Also,
an
I
element.
drove here, so.
It is definitely missing like a crucial thing. It feels like it's. I don't know.
Brady, and I found this because he has a bunch of kind of dead blogs and just different shit online.
You found the dead blogs?
Oh,
too?
I found his dead blogs, and he refers to himself in the third person in his
Oh,
blogs
no.
a lot, and says that he does jiu-jitsu, which he has a brown belt. He does kickboxing, sport fishing, and snow skiing.
If he's going to talk himself up that much, why not just say black belt? Who's going to
Yeah.
check?
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
It seems more legit.
Brown belt is the one below black belt. Like, it's just one below?
Oh yeah. This is from his LinkedIn, and this
It's
is
on his LinkedIn.
no. This part, this is fun. He says, all you see in markets today are rows and rows of sports energy drinks. Energy drinks lead the market with a customer base of extreme sport athletes, racing enthusiasts, wild and crazy thrill seekers, but there's no energy that really speaks to a quote-unquote professional baller. And then he goes, I looked up the meaning of pro baller and found this in Urban Dictionary.
Oh, no.
Pro baller, one who plays like a pro. If someone is a baller at absolutely anything, he/she has the right to call themselves a pro baller. A pro baller tends to
There's no space, so I think it's proballer.
yeah.
This sounds like a college essay. Like, the dictionary defines pro baller as
Yeah. Well, the last line, a pro baller tends to be the shit.
Oh my, tends to be.
Tends
the
to
shit.
be.
You
Not
gotta
always.
love it. Yeah.
Sometimes pro ballers can be an asshole.
Yeah,
Sometimes they're the shit.
I like it when there's cussing and product advertising.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but this is from one of his dead blogs. He says it's a biography that he wrote this about himself, but he refers to himself in the third person. He says, in the past, Brady Bunte, his Trust One Mortgage, was a very well-renowned and respected mortgage lending company in Orange County that operates out of Irvine. As you can see, Mr. Brady Dale Bunte has been a consistently hardworking and trustworthy person who, to this day, continues to operate several different businesses. And it's one of those where it's like, why did trustworthy is a weird
Chat GPT
word to put in there?
Oh,
Well, no,
definitely.
This
Yeah.
is pre-chat GPT. This was posted in like
Oh.
2018.
That
so-
makes it worse.
Yeah.
That makes it way worse.
But it's one of those where it's
That's what Chat GTP used to create all these terrible prompts.
Dale Bunte's brain
Yeah.
is in a jar somewhere.
Emails, whatever. That's
Yeah.
what ChatGPT
He's like one of the
for.
heads on Futurama.
Writing
Yeah,
stand
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I only steal jokes from Chat GPT now.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have 3 new hours in the can ready to go
Oh.
because of ChatGPT.
I get all my opinions from there too.
Me too. I get from your ChatGPT. That's what I get.
But yeah, it's including that word, especially in regards to mortgages, just has the sort of vibe of a restaurant that's like, we won't poison you. You're like, why are you bringing this up?
Yeah.
We definitely won't poison you, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Everything is fine. Okay.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah.
No one ever gets sick from eating this food, so why would you think about that?
Right.
Well, I wasn't, but now, yeah.
But yeah, that's what the blog says. He's a trustworthy guy. And this is from FBI.gov. Brady Bunte, former owner.
They know a lot of trustworthy guys.
Former owner of Trust One Mortgages in Orange County, California, was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison in order to pay $10.7 million in restitution for defrauding National City Bank of $12.7 million
Wow.
Oh my
between
God.
2007 and 2008. So he was a mortgage lender,
Wow.
and then the market collapsed. And in order to keep his business afloat, he was like, "Yeah, 1286 Oak Street." 1459 Glen Avenue, and just made up all these mortgages to make himself liquid, which is a crime, but he stole from a bank. That fucking rules. I'm with this guy.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a cool guy to us. He makes an energy drink. He does Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
He stole from a bank.
Very, very, very woodsy. of
What's
him.
the hate? Yeah. During the trial, Bunte's lawyer said that his client falsified loans to infuse cash into the company in hopes the real estate market would turn around quickly enough to allow him to repay them, and so he could continue his business.
Good defense. I was going to pay him
Was
back.
the bank Washington Mutual? Wasn't that one of the banks that...
I was gonna pay him back. Come on.
And it was two banks in Kentucky too. It was like PNC and what was the other one? Like National City Bank. So I don't even know why he's fucking with them, but they were based out of Louisville, and that was who he that's who he
defrauded.
stole $12 million from. But so it's one of those where it's like it was 2008, so like he was
yeah.
fucked, I guess, but. I'm not gonna hate the guy too much for stealing from a bank. He's the least bad criminal of all the energy drink moguls.
So a guy named Bunt called his shot
Yes,
and lost.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, absolutely. He bunted. So anyway, that's the guy. I don't know, man.
Wow.
I'm giving that 3
Yeah, I agree.
I
right
like-
down the middle.
I like how we go
Is
over
this out
the
of 5 or 10?
Out of 5.
5.
I'll give it a 2.
Give it a 2.
Yeah,
Yeah. It tastes like you got it for free on the street.
definitely.
And you
I would-
slammed it, and you're like, all right.
and and you probably thought if I could get another one for free, I'd drink that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
I give it a 2.5. It's like it's not disgusting.
No,
it's not.
it's not.
It's one of those classics. Nothing's horribly offensive, but also nothing's really good.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
102 mgs of caffeine. too,
It's
by the way.
as my friend Matt puts it, medium.
yeah.
Medium.
Not
Yeah.
mid,
Not mid.
not decent, medium.
Medium
yeah.
grade.
Yeah, right there.
That's a worse than mid. It sounds like
No, medium is like mid has like a negative connotation. Medium is literally just
Okay.
Yeah, it's serviceable. It's fine.
And then you can have medium plus or medium minus. Medium.
Yeah, it's like fast food. It's like you're not gonna like fucking go. You're not gonna lose your mind over the quality of.
Yeah, of course not,
You know what I mean?
because it's medium.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like you're full.
So I have a story that I wanted to share with you guys out of the Sunshine State. This is Brian Hamaker writing for WTVJ out of Miami, and Stephanie Price writing it for Fox 13 out of Tampa.
Oh, no.
So this is from Doral, Florida. So, I tend to think cigarette towns have the best news. You know what I mean?
Cigarette towns?
Doral, Winston-Salem, Newport.
Is this the origin of Doral cigarettes? Is this?
I believe so.
I didn't even think about that. I just thought like it was coincidental.
No, all towns are named for cigarettes, and if your town has a cigarette name, hey,
I'm sure there's a town called Marlborough somewhere.
Yeah, Virginia. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Marlborough County in the UK.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill.
I'm from Fentanyl Lace Joint, Alabama.
Yeah, Winston Churchill was of the Marlborough family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I bet those
totally
places
impressed.
smell bad. Right?
Yeah.
It just smell like divorced dad.
So, this is Doral, Florida. According to an arrest report obtained by WTVJ, Carmen Valdez de Miguel, 67 years old, was arrested on Monday and faced charges of an organized scheme to defraud, grand theft, and resisting an officer without violence. So the alleged con began on March 11th when a man who has not been identified for reasons that will become obvious.
Okay,
he's
wait.
a fucking idiot.
So it's an old lady
Yes.
defrauding. Like, this is going to be good.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But when it's an old guy defrauding people, you're like, just kind of bank fraud or whatever. Old women defrauding people is always rock and roll.
Oh, yeah. And, much in the way that I feel like the pro baller guy, it's like he robbed from a bank. That's a good person to steal from. It's like, this guy is so fucking stupid. You're like, is he a victim? We'll see.
Let's find out.
So this man found a flyer on his car for a tarot card reading, and he called the number.
Don't do that.
Have you ever followed up on a piece of literature that was given to you on the streets?
Oh, well, there's that. And then, like, when someone puts it on my car, I have to, like, you think it's a ticket at first.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, fuck you. You put it on my car. I've never been like, oh, interesting.
Only
You buy
ironically.
junk cars? Wow.
Yeah.
I've called a number ironically and asked for something, and then they know it's a joke instantly because they're like, no one ever fucking calls this number. What's wrong with
Called
you?
the Jehovah's Witness to ask if their refrigerator is running. We've all done it.
Hey, that's how I met my wife.
I called a one that just said, have you had a rough year?
Ooh, was that a Christian one?
I probably.
Okay.
I started trying to talk about my
Scientology.
rough year, and they hung up on me.
What?
Pieces of shit.
One
How
time,
rough is your year?
Bad.
in
Like,
middle
this guy's
school,
trying
I
to
called
stab
the
me.
suicide hotline, and they hung up on me, which is like,
wow.
dude.
Were you pranking them?
No, I was like actually having a rough time.
Oh, wow, man.
And I think I was just so distraught that they didn't like want to put up with me, so they just hung up.
Wow, that's fucked up.
That's like one of those jobs like pilot. Like, you can't be bad at being on
totally.
the suicide hotline.
Yes,
Like,
that's
you have to
correct.
be good at it.
And those are
At least.
volunteers.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, and by the way, the junk cars thing, I've always taken that to be offensive. Like, wow, you think my car's that shitty? Thanks.
Oh,
You know?
always. I'm always like, look, it's just a little dent in the bumper. It's not like it's not drivable.
Sometimes you see them on brand new cars, and you're like, "Oh, they just put it.
They'll put it on Eddie.
They just pay some guy to hand out thousands of these per day.
I always find it offensive.
How do I get that job? I'm looking for jobs right now. There's so little I can do.
I don't think that's a job you want to have.
I don't know,
necessarily.
but I can't get. Today I was looking at city jobs for the L.A. city, and I was like, "Fuck." They're not even jobs I could lie about because somebody would die. Like, I
trying to
can't be
get-
a helicopter mechanic. I can't. If I lie myself into that job, someone's dying.
Yeah, I don't think you can chat GPT that resume
No.
to get yourself through the door. There's going to be a practical test at some point.
They're asking for
Sounds
some
awesome.
shit that would affect people's lives. Like I'm not going to be a good building inspector. Come on, folks.
Dude, I want to see any of this. This is a TV show right here.
Sam tries to get a job.
I
as
think
a
that's just the plot of
helicopter
AP Bio, isn't it? Like he lies about being a teacher. So
So
It ends up being a social worker. full circle.
just inspiring people, retiring, getting a Rolex, the whole thing. It was like, actually, turns out I had no qualifications for this.
I've been trying to write a resume for superstar comedian for the past couple of years now.
So he finds this on his car and calls the number and spoke with a woman who agreed to a tarot card reading session for $20. And on March 13th,
That's actually cheap.
That's a pretty good deal.
I mean, hey, you gotta,
I've never done one of these.
have you not?
Usually, scam artists charge more than $20.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
See, like I play trading card games, so whenever I'm like goldfishing, as they called it. Like you're trying to make sure if your deck works. People are like, are those tarot cards? It's like it's Magic the Gathering, motherfucker. Like it's,
yeah. I was gonna ask you because I know famously Atlas is a trading card guy. What's your experience? So you haven't had a tarot card?
No,
reading?
I never have.
Okay.
No.
like an adult has, or like an older person has been like, so you don't like just all cards?
Yeah, that's kind of the energy I'm thinking of.
Have you ever had a conversation with a weird person who tried to ask you about your life? You've had a tarot card reading.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right, so
Well, no, I was just thinking because I feel like all those images on tarot cards, is that not like kind of the basis for a lot of that magic and that kind of shit?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I like the idea from Wizards of the Coast is like that kind of sprang up from D&D.
Yeah,
But-
to me, it's all just like that kind of like heavy metal fucking,
But like
Frank
occults,
Frazetta,
yeah.
But like mixed in with like astrology, like mixed in with fucking.
You know it sucks when you see a tarot card that doesn't have cool ass art like that. Have you ever
Right,
just seen
yeah.
a basic ass one?
They turned it into
like,
like
what are you
bicycle
doing?
cards. And
yeah,
shit.
it's like how do you make this worse?
All right,
like-
so here we have the Hangman, and it's just a guy hanging out on his porch.
He spoke with this woman and agreed to the $20 tarot card reading. And on March 13th, he went to an apartment and met with a woman who referred to herself as Maria Rodriguez, who turned out to be Carmen Valdez de Miguel. The report says during the reading, she told him that he needed a deeper spiritual cleansing.
And then the porn music
I
started.
mean, that's what it sounds like. It's like, what? Are you going to stick something up my ass? Like,
Spiritual cleansings begin with a massage.
yeah. So the deeper spiritual
It's a jaunty
cleansing.
porno.
Yeah. That sounds like if Seinfeld did porn.
What's the deal with this in my ass?
It's like Fat Albert porn.
So the deeper spiritual cleansing procedure would cost between $600 and $700.
Oh my god.
And he agreed to a partial payment and transferred $200 via Zelle. So he's like, all right,
Okay.
I'll pay for part of it now.
It's all been legit so far.
Come back.
This
Yeah.
lady's
The
just
funniest part is that Zell is like, "Are you sure this isn't a scam?" Absolutely.
Like you could be selling your mother for like to pay for like a head surgery or something. Like, are you sure you know this person?
Dude,
And then he
that's
was
so
like,
funny.
"No, I got to charge right through this. $200."
I didn't even think about that, but you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like Venmo, Cash App, those will just let you do whatever. Zelle is like,
Yeah.
no, seriously. Are they telling you to go to the drugstore and get Google Play gift cards?
Because
It's-
this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't like Zell very much.
Yeah, don't make me question my decisions.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
this
I know what
lady-
I'm spending my money
This
on.
lady's doing Scientology on this guy.
Oh,
I also like how her pseudonym is basically the Latina version of just like Mike Smith, like the most generic ass name.
So on March 14th, the victim returned to the apartment and met with Carmen for the deep cleansing. During the session, Carmen asked the victim about his available bank balance. Which I love that. It's like, we're here to talk about your spirit. Now, real quick, how much you got in that Wells
Now,
Fargo?
real quick, how's your 401k?
Now, money.
Preliminary information.
The
Yeah.
tariffs fucked me. That's how.
Since money is the root of all evil, you need to tell me how much evil you have in your
Yes.
bank account.
And cleanse it into mine.
So he said that he had $8,000 available, and she told him to bring $3,000 the next time, and assured him that if she used the money in her very special ritual, it would double, and then she would return it the same day.
I've heard about this
The same
scam
day?
on like Unsolved Mysteries back
Oh, really?
in the 90s.
Really?
So, yeah, this is like a classic scammer type scam.
Do the Unsolved Mysteries claim that that it works?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It works on but here's the thing about these people is they want to be robbed.
Yeah.
Like you have to be like, "Oh, I need a spiritual cleansing." What the fuck does that even mean?
Or they're just looking for any type of meaning. Get a
You're-
hobby, dude.
You're paying to
Yeah.
feel good about yourself. And if you
Yeah.
leave this scammer's house
Like,
feeling
take
good,
a walk. Just
good
take a
on
walk
you.
outside.
$200 well spent.
Take a
I
walk,
say.
and this is like a thing that I've sort of like glommed on since college, and especially seeing like my parents retire and not knowing what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
Get a fucking hobby. Like,
Yeah.
it's important to like have something you like to do, because otherwise it breaks up the monotony. Like, don't like work to live, not live to work. that shit.
Right. Yeah.
So same idea. Like, go join a book club or something.
Senior center. My parents love it.
Yeah.
Senior center.
They love it.
My mom goes swimming every morning, and I'll tell you, for their Christmas, get some binoculars and some bird books and a bird feeder.
Wow.
My parents
That's
are
pretty cool.
well into the bird watching, which is, of course, the last stop before the grave. So I am concerned, but hey, they like it.
The weirdest thing about bird watching for me is it's like a hobby you can lie at.
Oh yeah, I saw a fucking blue-throated thrasher.
And they're like, how do we know you're not lying? How do you know I'm not telling the truth?
Yeah. I saw what I saw.
I saw what I saw, motherfucker.
Yeah. He said he had $8,000. She told him to bring $3,000 next time and assured him that it would double. So on March 19th, the victim returned to the apartment with $3,000 in cash. And Carmen lit a bunch of candles and placed the money in a bag filled with eggs.
Did it have a $sign on the side?
I mean, I just first of all, she's this is working because she's got eggs, and those are expensive.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? In this economy,
Yeah.
I went to buy a dozen eggs the other day. I had to refinance my fucking house.
Jesus.
yeah.
You do the banana scam, but with eggs.
Doing pretty good these days. I've eaten a lot of hard-boiled eggs.
It's bizarre. Just putting $3,000 in a bag with eggs is already fucking weird.
Well,
but
you got a rube like this going. I think maybe it's just like, how far can I take this for my own humor?
If this was a scam, then they wouldn't put eggs in the basket.
that's insane. Yeah. So during the ritual, Carmen proceeded to break the contents of the bag. So I like that. Just
so she's ruining the money.
So it would seem. She's just
You can't use money with yolk all over it. It's worthless.
right.
Actually, I'm wondering, like, what amount of foreign substances can you get on money before it is rendered unusable? If the structural integrity of the dollar bill is intact, can you pour Coca-Cola all over it?
I mean,
coffee.
Isn't cash one of the filthiest things you can handle?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you can. I think it's if you have 3/4 of the bill and the serial numbers intact, you can still
swap it in.
Because I had a very coked out boss at a pizza place I worked at who gave me $100 tip, and I'm almost positive he gave it to me because he ripped it almost totally. He's like, "This might be money."
This might be money.
Take it to a bank.
Yeah.
Maybe
This
they'll hook you up.
money.
I did. I took it to a bank, and then
it worked?
It was money.
All right.
Turned out. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.
Ripped in half when I was snorting a fat line. Left a little too rocky. You know what I mean?
Not wrong. Probably not wrong.
This bill's spent.
So she
breaks
up the eggs, and the victim said that Carmen appeared to be startled when the bag was open, and all that was inside was broken eggs and worms.
How did she do that?
She did a little switcheroo, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's David Blaining this motherfucker now.
Okay.
So,
Worms is a good addition to the scam.
yeah.
I like this.
Well, and she's like, "Oh no, worms!"
Get a little double boil in trouble.
Hell yeah.
That means the spirit's really uncleansed, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I was expecting doves, but worms is bad.
And you're
Your
going to get a
soul is
spot
dog
of blood
shit.
on your hand that you won't be able to wash out.
So when the man asked for his money back, Carmen claimed that she was unable to do so due to her state of mind after being rattled by the eggy worms. She said...
So she had to spend all the money on the eggs twice then. So one for the bag with the money in it and one for the bag with the worms in it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of investment to get this scam to work, I think.
That was my high school team, by the way, the Vestavia Hill Eggy Worms.
So she said that she was so freaked out by the worms that she couldn't bring the money back until the next day.
Look how gross they are.
Yeah.
Ew, icky. I wouldn't want to put my hand in there.
What's that bag under the table? Fucking nothing. Just get out of my house.
Yeah. She said that the $3,000 would be returned the next day. The report said after the encounter, the victim made multiple attempts to contact Carmen, who refused to return the money. So
Lord.
that's where
Do you want worms? I don't want to give you worms.
Yeah. I got to work on bringing this money back.
For me, this is like she would have made more money just continuing to scam him with the fake spirit
Straight
shit.
up. Yeah. She had a good thing going.
And then the fake spirit shit is also legal because they think they're getting a service.
yeah.
She just is not creative.
Yeah.
No, she's not smart. This is like most criminals went for the big gain short term. Should have played the slow nickel game.
That's how they did it in the Music Man. That's
Yeah. 76 trombones in the Eggy Worm Parade. Shapoopy. So she asserted that the funds were part of a ritual and could not be released until the candles that she had lit during the ceremony were extinguished on their own, which I think that's fucking genius.
Yeah.
So she's got probably those big ass long candles, and
Yeah.
she's like, oh, it's got to
must burn out.
all the way while I'm running out of town.
If you're going to try to cut
Here,
the
I'm-
Eggy worm ritual short,
I'm gonna put on "Wait for It" from Hamilton on a loop.
Yeah.
Wait for the candle to burn out.
So, despite having previously assured the victim that his money would be returned the same day, Carmen was taken into custody on Monday and given the opportunity to return the money, but she denied knowing the victim. Like, shout out. That fucking
Okay.
rules.
All right.
I've never seen this man in my life.
I feel like she's gotten in this situation before, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
What's your name again? Mike Smith?
Right. So she also resisted being taken into custody and used her fake name during the arrest.
course.
And investigators also found that she had 3 warrants in other separate theft cases. So she's been at this for a minute.
Of course.
Carmen appeared in court on Tuesday before Judge Mindy Glazer, who set her bond at $5,500. And this is the judge's quote. Okay, I had a chance to review this very interesting arrest affidavit, which also makes one realize that you should never respond to a flyer left on your vehicle. I like that the judge has rendered
I like
that
how the
into the
judge is
record.
on our side with that too.
Yeah. Let's render this into the record that this was a stupid thing you did, and because you don't know what's going to happen, especially when you're asked to bring in $3,000 in cash, put the money in the bag with some eggs.
Wow. Snarky.
I know,
Yeah.
Mindy Glazer. She's
I mean,
after it.
props to the judge for like still doing her job, but I think that's good to sort of like, hi, please don't respond to the junk cars business card in the future. Cool. All
Does
right.
it say what kind of drug this lady's addicted to?
No, but I mean,
Oh my God.
she's old, so I would think she's just insane
Pills.
naturally. Yeah,
Pills, yeah.
or pills. Yeah, benzos. Seems logical.
See, my in-laws are like just a few years younger than Mike Smith over there. And the thought of them pulling a scam on someone is really, really funny. Like, I'm imagining my mother-in-law doing this, and it's like,
They would fuck it up so bad.
yeah, you need like a certain amount of bravado to make that work, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the news from the Sunshine State, folks.
My dad's
put
from
your
that
money-
state. I'll make sure to link this episode to him because I want to get his opinion. I asked him, like, when you were younger, did the whole like more north you go, more south it gets thing exist? Because
Yeah.
he's in his 70s and he's like, not really until the like 1970s or so did that start being a thing.
Yeah.
what part of Florida is he from?
Miami.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I keep asking him, like, as you see all these like the Florida man stuff, like, what do you think? And he's like, every state's got crazy stories.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's just Florida has what's called the Sunshine Law, where you have to release all of your police records within, I think, 24 hours.
Really?
And
Okay, so that's why there's
there's
stories.
more. Yeah,
Okay, that
because
makes
I
sense.
always say Florida's weird, but I mean, I'd put the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania and I would put Ohio
just
right
the whole state of Ohio,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
The fucking Carolinas, the mountain areas,
Yeah.
Virginia, Tennessee, all that area, they have fucking atrocious shit happening, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. But yeah, as far as just general weirdness, yeah, the mountains of Pennsylvania, bizarre, thoroughly bizarre all the time.
Here comes Mary, here comes Lee. I've got what they want to see. I won't let them stretch their necks to see my little black egg with the little white specks. My little black egg.
Atlas, tell us about your podcast, Generation Dan. What's the concept? And let's chat.
Well, first I should say that Rivers was a guest on it a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
give it a check. Check it out. Yeah, it was fun to talk to you and Dino up there in Canada.
So the whole concept is it's like generational differences. So I'm a millennial, Dino's a Gen Xer. We used to have a Gen Z co-host. We tried that 3 times, and it failed 3 times.
That is the funniest thing.
For what reason?
Okay, the first one was I don't have time for this anymore. Second one was I'm moving in with my girlfriend and she doesn't want me to do this anymore. And, and the third,
Was the phrase "dead ass" used at any point?
Yeah.
yes, all 3 times actually. And then the third time it was he's like divorced and has a kid and it's like parenting stuff.
And he's Gen Z.
He's Gen Z. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He moves fast.
See, I was gonna say it's like
Well, like I'm the end of millennial.
yeah, I was
So,
gonna
like,
say you're like barely right.
My metric for a millennial is were you in school during 9/11?
Oh,
Or
okay.
if that happened, you're a millennial. I was in 3rd grade.
Okay.
They're like, hey, plane hit the tower. We should wheel in the TV because this is a piece of history. They turn it on, the second plane hits.
That's literally what happened to me too.
Yeah, and we're like, because that's when it went from being a moment of history, an accident, to oh shit, we're being attacked.
That was the thing. I
Yeah.
was in 10th grade, and my friend Scott Marshall and I, they turned on the TV, and the first plate, and it was the time in which every late night Jay Leno ass joke about pilots was they were always drunk.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
based on that, we were fucking dying. We were like, holy shit, some drunk piece of shit drove a plane into the... And then the second one, we're like, whoa, hey now, whoa, hey, what?
I like how you guys instantly started doing 9/11 jokes.
Yeah,
Before it had even
Well, just
fully
like-
Or
happened.
not to, yeah.
Because like when you see like generation stuff, it's always like this year to this year, and I think generations are more shaped by their experiences than the year.
Sure, yeah,
like
for sure.
If you have like if your parents are older or younger, or you're an older or younger sibling, you can get pulled in one direction or another.
That's very true.
And what happened when you came of age? Like when you were like, like your teen years?
For millennials, it's getting into college or the job market in the shadow of the recession.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Or in the middle of it.
Or
my
in the
case.
middle of it. Yeah.
Like, as
I
it's
graduated
collapsing.
high school in 2012 and then college in 2017.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I graduated college in 2009 with a
Oh.
liberal arts degree, and they're like, "Good luck."
He's like core millennial. That's-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I graduated college in 2016 also.
Okay. Nice.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm almost 40.
But yeah,
We all are.
so like that's the idea behind the show is just like looking at it through a specific lens. In Rivers' case, we were talking about like learning instruments and music and stuff,
I think we were supposed to talk about politics or something, and then
it goes where it goes. It's fine.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was a fun ass time talking to you guys about that.
Yeah. My dad actually in the 70s he was living in Aspen, being a ski bum. And
This is like Hunter S. Thompson times,
kind of,
right?
yeah. That's exactly when he was there.
It's like
yeah,
running for sheriff and shit.
yeah. So we talked to him for an episode, and then we got his friend from that time to come with us and him to talk for an episode. And then there's this third guy that we just called the Field Mouse, who is fucking insane. That it came for the third episode. That I just called the Aspen Chronicles. So that's like a playlist on there. But the Field Mouse showed his balls during the original record, like just his fucking scrotum. I edited that out.
Wait,
but, yeah.
He whipped his nuts
what?
out. In the,
Yeah, because he just like took the camera and like had the 2 loose shorts.
Oh, it was an accident.
Nope,
or-
it was completely on purpose because
Oh.
he's insane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, look, I don't wear nothing down there.
yeah. I don't know if Colorado counts as the woods, but
Certain parts of it for sure.
yeah, but yeah, just like cocaine fueled 1970s Aspen.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That sounds rad.
Yeah.
When you said you were in 3rd grade during 9/11, I did just imagine them explaining it to you by stacking up building blocks to 2 towers of them and being like, okay, so this is what happened.
Kind of. I mean, like we just saw the second plane hit, and we're like, plane building bad. Like,
Right.
yeah. And then the other weird thing about like 9/11 as a millennial, if you were in like school, people getting called to be picked up to go home.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
Because you were on the East Coast at the time, right?
Yeah, I was in Alabama, in the South,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was early in the morning for you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
For West Coast, it like school had already started.
Yeah.
So over the course of the
Oh,
day,
right, yeah.
it was just kids being like, all right, this kid's going home. 3 more kids are going home. And by the end of the day, it was like 5 of us out of a room of like
Whoa.
almost 30. Yeah.
My parents also
Yeah.
left me in school in 9/11.
Yeah, mine too. My parents are also teachers. So they were like,
Your parents made you go to school.
Yeah, yeah.
on 9/11.
Our school chose not to tell kids, they were like, they made an announcement where I was like, the thing has happened and it's bad, but let's just all not worry about it and let's keep going to school.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we all got homework, and then I remember feeling like, that is such bullshit that we got homework.
This
It
day.
is though.
Yes,
You are right.
And we like defiantly didn't do our homework because they're like, this is a national tragedy.
It's an emergency.
This is a fucking emergency.
They could come to Vestavia Hills next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was another weird thing about 9/11 was like, what if they hit us next? And it's like,
Oh yeah, I've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
The Auburn LSU football game the following Saturday was, the biggest event that was going to have happened afterwards. It was
Right.
because it was like at 11 a.m. or something, and the United States government did issue a terror alert for Auburn, Alabama. They're like, if they're going to attack a big event, and some people are just like, really?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. That's Osama bin Laden's top priority.
Just a fleet of like 1,000 planes just heading towards the United States.
the entire cast of Friday Night Lights. What if they hit us next?
right. Yeah, well, that's the other
Just
thing.
5 planes banking off towards the south.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like I dare you to find Auburn from the air.
Yeah.
Like New York City is pretty fucking easy to
Yeah.
spot. Auburn,
Like-
it's like a bunch of barns and shit.
LA at least kind of made sense.
Yeah, that
like
makes-
okay, another major
Tons of
like,
sense.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like Montgomery, Alabama, like
Of
a
course,
major
yeah.
city.
Major
Right.
city. Yeah.
Well, even Montgomery would be easier to find from the air
Yeah.
than Auburn.
Yeah.
They knew their state capitals.
That's true. That's true. How many episodes have you guys done so far?
I want to say like 100.
Hot damn.
If it's over 100, that's very impressive.
Fuck yeah.
We have 188.
Wow.
Well, coming up on 2.
Nice.
Rivers
dude.
was 187.
Hell yeah. Because I find that concept so fascinating. It's like, podcasting with somebody of an older generation like that, where it is, at certain points you are just going to like run into, like, for instance, my mom obviously is, boomer. She'll talk about like making attempts to listen to this podcast and be like, I literally don't know what they're talking about.
I mean,
Which is always interesting because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we're pretty straightforward with it, but who knows?
I think because we make enough like references to something where if she's not paying attention to pop culture, then it's
That's
not gonna
true.
make any sense.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're always talking about what the damn kids are up to
We're
these
just
days.
dabbing on it all day long.
We're dabbing
here.
on it. I mean, look, it's fresh, fam.
I don't want to be sus.
I don't want to be sus.
Oh yeah, it's always funny
Dead
when
ass.
my mom is like, "Can you help me like translate what these words mean?" I'm like, "Mom, I was born in 1994. You got like 2 years maybe left of me before I'm like even like my students where I'm like I can't understand half of what the fuck."
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to ask because you've got the one end of it with Dino
Yeah.
being an older dude that you podcast every day, and then in your occupational life you
Yeah.
deal with much younger people.
Yeah.
What's the big divide that you found there?
I think just like where I'll have to, I at least have the resources of being able to look up what it is they're talking about
Your
after.
Urban Dictionary
Exactly.
and cap.
Yeah. Or yeah, like we're like cap versus no cap when something ate, because to us, if something ate, it means like ate shit, like it failed.
Right.
yeah.
But when
there,
they
it's
say
like
ate, they mean like it succeeded.
it's good, yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard plus 10,000 aura?
Yeah, or not the number, but I've heard the aura stuff.
Aura, yeah, that one's going around
Yeah.
right now. Here's what whenever I'm like someone who's a Gen X or a Gen Z,
Yeah.
it's always like the difference in it, not even like taste necessarily, but like how you look at music and movies. Like, so it's like with Gen X, it's like I heard like a Gen X friend be like, "Oh yeah, I was listening to some like like I like some of the new stuff like the Strokes."
It's like
It's
25
like,
years
dude, that
old.
shit is old. But by the same token, the Gen Z person is like, "That's classic rock."
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, they'll call stuff that you grew up with classics, or like you'll start feeling old because you'll shit on a new artist, and then they will
Yeah.
like have a much more complex view of it. Like they'll be
Right,
you'll be
right.
like, man, I fucking hate Machine Gun Kelly, and you're like, yeah, I don't like any of his new stuff. It's like, so you've listened to some of it and haven't written it all off completely like I have.
Right. It's like, oh, he's been around for like 10, 15 years.
I think the key is just like not to make fun of them for not knowing something that they wouldn't have necessarily known
Yeah.
in the first place.
Because you were the same way when you were
Yeah,
younger. It's like,
exactly,
like,
yeah.
you weren't like, man, I love fucking Paw and Alice in Chains. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you were like, into whatever the rock band of the day was.
Yeah, exactly.
Sum 41. Whatever the fuck.
Green Day, yeah.
Green Day, yeah. Well, hey, they crossed the gap there. I think a lot of Gen Xers love that band, right?
well,
That's true.
That's classic rock now.
Yeah.
I mean, American Idiot's classic rock.
Yeah.
It's,
so that's
it's also a musical too.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. Because you have to imagine, like, when Green Day was out, they were as far away in time from this generation as, like, the Beatles were from that point. So they are quite literally classic rock now.
okay.
Yeah, they've been around for 31 years. So
Yeah.
1994, that
Yeah.
goes back to exactly Beatlemania,
Yeah.
right? So
I remember
that's-
calling something a new release that came out in 2010, and someone
Yeah.
corrected me. And that's 15 years ago, dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Hamilton's a decade old. So much shit is just flying
Oh,
by.
God,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
When your mind is mired in existential dread, you just miss the new releases.
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation, where everything isn't meant to be okay. The television dreams of tomorrow, they're not the ones who live to follow. Oh, that's enough to argue.
What you been up to this week, Sam?
We ate some slammin' pizza. at
Fuck
Ozzy's.
yeah. Some Beats, folks. New Haven style at Ozzy's.
It's very good. Some call it the best pizza in LA. It's up there.
Yeah.
What? Where's this at?
It's
North Hollywood.
North Hollywood, yeah, and apparently everybody's favorite, Dave Portnoy. We did it to celebrate the fact that he ate shit. He did not eat good. As the
I was
kids
gonna
say.
say y'all had food with Dave Portnoy.
No, but he gave this
wish.
place. It's his favorite style of pizza, the New Haven
Crispy,
Beats.
yeah, whatever.
And he gave this place an 8.1. So to celebrate the fact that he lost $7 million to the Trump tariffs,
After telling people to vote for Trump.
fucking amazing. So I was
Fantastic.
like, we gotta eat and get greasy on our fingers.
Yeah, it was good.
It was great.
That
yeah.
was good. That was an epic moment of this week. What else happened? I didn't really have that much stuff going on.
I've been thinking about pizza ever since.
Me too. I've wanted to go back.
I'm holding my horses till WrestleMania, so
Yeah.
we can order some.
People who say that there's no good fucking pizza in LA they're incorrect.
Yeah. What do you think? Actually, you're an LA guy. What is your what's your go-to pizza spot in LA? You've been here your whole life. You would know better than anyone.
I've been to New York. I do think they have better pizza.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah, that's
indisputable. Yeah, but it's not all trash.
Most of the pizza places that I liked died in the pandemic.
Oh, sure.
Do you like any of these like Detroit style places, like these newer places?
I haven't.
I find it hard to trust trying new places in LA for pizza because it's spotty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
It's like, I don't know if it's even 50-50. It's probably like 60-40. It could be bad.
I've got a list that I keep of just shit I see on Instagram where I'm like, okay, and I'll look up the address and type it up. So maybe we could hit with another one of those at some point.
Or we could go get the nether sauce.
What is the nether sauce? Was that the one with the clams?
That's what the sweat that
Yeah.
accumulates between your balls and your butthole.
Sounds like no, it's some new McDonald's dipping sauce.
Nether
What?
sauce?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Is this like the genre of hot sauce where you're like, what's the flavor? And it's like, it'll burn your fucking taste buds off. But what's the flavor? It's 50,000. What's the flavor?
Yeah.
Ghost pepper schmegma.
The flavor is Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah, it's a Minecraft.
Of course it is.
Oh, no.
Plus 10,000 aura to that, I
Oh,
say.
God.
Oh my God.
So if we want to go get some nether sauce,
That
which
movie-
definitely sounds like cum. They got
Sure.
the kids eating nether sauce.
It sounds
So that's
worse.
like the Christian like person who is like, the nether sauce, spraying nether sauce all over
It
there.
sounds worse than that.
Well, I
though.
think-
it sounds like the Famunda cheese almost.
I think there might be a challenge now where you're supposed to like eat a whole packet by yourself.
Oh, cool.
And it's spicy.
Okay.
So then you are like, oh my God, it's spicy.
So
Bet.
it just feels like the cinnamon challenge or something. Bet is one I hear a lot too.
Bet is popular.
Yeah.
Bro, I think people call each other bro a lot.
They say bruh.
Bruh. That's right, bruh.
This year the school did like a haunted house for Halloween, and I'm going through it. It's pretty good. About 3/4 of the way through, one of the students jumps out and says, "Boo, bruh." All right, well, my sense of immersion has been shattered. I can't enjoy the rest of this anymore
So it
because
almost,
I remember your children.
yeah.
they also said boob bra, which is,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
very pubescent thing to yell out.
Of course. Like you could have just ended it at boo, bruh. Okay.
Boo, brah.
Can you direct me to the part of the store with the boob bras? I would like to wear one on my head.
Hell yeah.
I'm from France.
I am from France and I'm a conehead.
What else happened to me me. Fucking went to Erewhon.
Oh, you went to Erewhon. Oh, what did you get the perfectly symmetrical Japanese strawberry for $25? Do you know
No.
about
When
that?
they grow in boxes.
Yeah.
My girlfriend bought a pack of 2 vegan cookies that was $9.
God damn.
And they weren't very good.
Jeez.
They gave me a free non-alcoholic beer and a protein bar in the parking lot. The parking lot attendant gave it to me.
Did she ask if you wanted to go for a tarot card reading after?
Yeah.
No, it was a legit guy. He was there wearing a vest, standing behind a little podium thing. It was weird. It was weird. And then I went to Home Goods the next day, which I still maintain is the perfect essence of useless capitalism. There's nothing in there that you need. Maybe you could argue like the pillows or sheets they have, but it's all just junk to put in your house. Little trinkets, little smelly candles, and it's a store that if it didn't exist, there would be no major loss to anyone other than the people who work there.
I can't remember the last time I was in a Home Goods.
It's like the same as TJ Maxx, basically.
I can't remember the last time I was in a TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to party.
That's-
You got to hang out with your girlfriend more. They'll take you to TJ Maxx.
Man, maybe so.
What you been up to this week, Carter?
So yeah, this Saturday, Rivers, I had no plans, and Rivers alerted me that Neil Young, Dirty Projectors, and
Joan Baez
and Maggie Rogers were playing at a Bernie and AOC rally,
That's right.
and I didn't know this was happening.
Oh,
And
the one downtown?
the one downtown, and me and the lady friend went. We were just like, fuck it, we got nothing else to do.
I was
We
sad.
like both
we were
those
both
people.
at the same place.
Oh, you were there too. Okay,
Yeah,
great, cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I was
Yeah, it
sad.
was great. Yeah, it was like, we both like these people, and sounds great. So
Yeah, I was sad. I was the working class that day, unfortunately.
you were, yeah, and
but-
you alerted me to it,
I
which
know.
is you had more right to be there than I. But
yeah.
it was. We went down there, and it was fun. I, in theory, heard Neil Young sing "Keep on Rocking in the Free World." It just sounded like.
Yeah, I was watching on stream while this is going on while I was at work, and noted that, and correct me if I'm wrong, join the Discord, linktree.com/thegoodspot if I'm wrong. Neil Young, I had never seen anybody playing a guitar behind a podium.
Yeah.
Like every other band was on a separate stage they would like cut to, and then they would start. Neil just walked up with his fucking Les Paul and stood behind the podium and started yelling into singing.
Well, it was funny because he kept going like "Take America back." Like,
Yeah,
he kept
yeah.
saying that.
Yeah.
And like there was such a contingency there of people who were like, "We're going to show the establishment what it means
Yeah.
to have peaceful." It was a bunch of old hippies, is what
Of
I'm trying to
course,
say.
yeah.
I hate how convincing that voice was.
Yeah, man.
That's a prevalent Gen X attitude,
Yes,
too. I've
definitely.
noticed.
Yeah, well, it was,
Generation Dan.
there's like a bunch of like so there's a bunch of like merch set up. And,
Oh,
like,
sure.
This one guy was like, "Man, if you just give me a joint, I'll give you a button, man."
I feel like that would have worked better in a world where there's not a dispensary a stone's throw from where you're standing.
You
know?
could tell this dude was like a bank teller or something. He had like the fucking the balding haircut. But yeah, it was just like which says a lot about Bernie and AOC. Is
Yeah.
like everyone there was nice.
Good vibes. Yeah.
Everyone there was like, it was like people moving through, like you could hear audibly everyone in that crowd being, "Oh, sorry, excuse me, oops, sorry, excuse me, oops, sorry, excuse me."
I did make note during the speech that like a bunch of people, I guess, were just falling out because it's now 74 degrees in LA, folks. So people were overheating.
Yeah.
So
At
Bernie
one point,
kept-
Bernie started, he's like, "We've got the medical tent over there."
that was
The people.
I think
Okay,
3 or
good.
4 times that happened. He's like, "Oh, we need EMTs over there." Like people kept falling out.
God bless the burn dog, man.
I'm
And
telling you.
I was also feeling the burn because I did not bring sunscreen. I fucking roasted.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then I had to so we got up on the steps of the courthouse to get under the shade, and that was where all the cops were, and they were all like even like taking pictures and shit, and
Yeah,
it was just like, but yeah,
Well, they have the only effective union in America, so sure.
yeah, exactly. They're like, yeah, and there was like fucking drones going around everywhere, and so I got burnt up really bad, and on the way out ran into a few comedians, Sam Wiles and shit.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But yeah, the next day I got burned so bad that like I like I forgot about it. I was just like, man, like, it's just nice to be around a bunch of people who want like the world to be a better place.
Sure.
And then the next day, you're like, why is my pee really dark yellow?
Well, like I took a walk outside and I was like, man, I was like, feeling good about the world or whatever. And like people were like kind of looking at me and like smiling and stuff. And I was like, man, that never happens in LA. I was like,
you're a
what?
burn victim.
And it was like, well, I had also just gotten a blood test. So I was like, and people were just like looking at me as I passed, and I was like super burned, and I had a dark mark over my arm. So I definitely looked like a homeless person who was addicted to drugs.
Oh, buddy.
And I also had not showered that day. So I was just like, people were just kind of like trying to steer clear of me a little bit.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, feeling the burn was good.
Hell yeah.
Feeling the burn.
I'm trying to think of what
Do you
else.
think good vibes will save us all?
Yeah, well, I think if Bernie ran like next week after all these tariffs, he'd win.
Yeah.
It's fucking like if the Dave Portnoy's of the world, like, okay, I fucking bet on the wrong horse. All
Yeah,
right? Like he would fucking win now, but
I
he's gonna be
hope so.
89 when
Right,
it's
right.
fucking he could run again. So.
Yeah. What was your experience going down there? Did you remember your sunscreen?
I did, yes.
Good.
Because,
Smart man.
yeah, I burn very easily, just like you.
Yeah, we are both of fair-skinned complexions. it
Pale
seems.
Americans.
There we go.
Okay. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's nice that you can take the train to that and you don't have to worry about parking.
That was where I experienced the train afterwards. I was
Exactly,
like, wow,
yeah.
this is so convenient.
Yeah, it's nice. You pop out right by City Hall and then...
And I was like trying to like put my phone up against the thing, and I was like, "How do I pay for a ticket?" And this one guy was like, "Let me show you how you do that." And he like jumped over the thing.
Fuck yeah.
I try and be more low key about it, like since the election, and like I don't take pictures. I put my phone on airplane mode and disable the.
on the train?
No, I mean like when you're at the protest and stuff.
Oh, right.
Like trying to not.
Get on a list of
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was stupidly like filming the massive people that like you couldn't tell anyone's face or Neil Young. It was just like, I swear he's in there.
Yeah. I can hear him right now.
Yeah. No, but it was pretty fun. I've been to a fair number of protests. But after that, my wife and I did like a Passover dinner for her family who's Catholic. So for them, it was just kind of like this is quite the curiosity.
Right. So what do I do with the bitter root?
Yeah. What the?
Do you say
Who's this Elijah person that you're opening the door for?
Right.
So that was kind of fun. Where like my dad is the Jewish one and my mom's a Catholic, so I'm a cashew.
I like that.
So it was like me and him and my wife and her family, and then her best friend and the best friend's husband, and it was a good time.
Nice.
We had a nice time with Passover, and my wife really nailed the brisket. So
Nice. My girlfriend had some post-Passover remorse because she's like, we didn't find a Seder dinner. I was like, that's your job.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not-
term "we" should not be used there.
like,
I'm not really religious. It's more about the family.
I do
Yeah, I
it.
do it for the fam.
I just gotta make sure my girlfriend follows her religion.
Yeah,
She
I gotta
keeps
keep
me
her in line.
I
Yeah.
gotta,
I stayed doing my Catholic shit, being guilty as hell and drunk all the time.
make sure she finds the right woman with the right tarot cards. And,
That's right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no. Bernie Fest 2025 was pretty lit.
Yeah.
Joan Baez came out. They did. Her and Maggie Rogers did Imagine, which was pretty
Cool.
tight. I mean, you were watching the stream.
Yeah, I was watching.
I
it.
am so soured on Imagine after all the celebrities. That
I was
did during
gonna
the
say, yeah,
pandemic. I'm so
2020.
excited
Oh
over that
boy,
song, yeah.
that's the best though.
Yeah.
That's the most embarrassing shit ever.
It's like that.
So good.
That the Pepsi commercial and the Kente cloths, like all in a row.
I just hate that Will Ferrell was in the Imagine thing. I
Yeah,
hate
that's
that
true.
part of it, but like the Gal Gadot of it all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's as good as like the Jesse Pinkman, like, I stand responsible. whatever that commercial was, where he was like,
Yeah.
I am a pedophile. What was that commercial even the fuck
I think
about?
he called someone gay in 8th grade. He's like,
That's like, dude, you didn't
I am a
like Marky
guilty
Mark
man,
kill
but-
somebody. Like, it's
I'm a-
fine.
I'm a
Like
guilty
us
man.
millennials were calling literally everything gay.
Yeah, exactly.
When we were in
Yeah, I was
eighth
gonna
grade.
say.
yeah.
That was our dead ass back then.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
What is
didn't
he-
age well.
No, it didn't. No, it
God,
didn't.
yeah. What is he? He's like, I am a guilty man, or something
He's like,
fucking crazy.
It's like him and Laura Dern, and then fucking Gallagher, and then
Gallagher.
yeah, then Carrot Top, and then
Wait,
Howie Mandel.
watermelon smashing Gallagher?
No, I'm kidding about the last three, but
Okay.
I forget who else it was.
Jesus, I'm gonna see if I can find this.
Yeah,
It's
she's
just
like,
so
I
funny.
stand accused.
Yeah.
Fuck, what does he say?
I take responsibility.
That's way too fucking. That is post cum voice. That's
Oh, take responsibility. I take responsibility for what I just did to that ass.
horrifying. Horrifying.
Oh, we gotta get one more time.
I take responsibility.
The hand clasping too.
I want everybody listening at home, just close your eyes, even if you're.
I
Just,
have to pee. This is not going to work well.
especially if you're driving.
Okay.
Just close your eyes and just let it wash over you. Here we go.
I take responsibility.
Such gravitas in that. Such depth, dude.
Take responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, how many acting classes you have to take before you get to that like level of speaking?
I don't know.
Partnership with the NAACP was released on Thursday.
No, show the rest of it. Ah, fuck.
It's only like a few more.
I know. I want
It's like Kristen Bell, and then Sarah Paulson, and then Weird Al Yankovic, and then that's it.
God, I need to get that on the
Well,
sound.
what did they do wrong?
It's I guess it's a
It's anti-bullying thing.
anti-bullying, like anti-racism PSA.
It's all self tapes.
Yeah, it's all self tapes because it was during COVID, I think.
Yeah.
I just need this on a soundboard.
I take responsibility.
He like closed his eyes and bowed his head.
I know.
That's
God.
right next to that's suicide, my man.
Yeah, I know. That's perfect. I need it.
This is suicide, my man.
We'll get those two right next to each other. Shit.
Oh, speaking of which, I think it's his birthday.
It is. Yeah, I texted him this morning.
Oh.
Shout out to friend of the show, Narado Moore in Birmingham.
I thought you were be like, it's Aaron Paul's birthday. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, I just know
We're
everything.
huge
yeah.
Aaron. Not even Breaking Bad fans. We just love Aaron Paul.
Yeah. I love his work from the Juicy Fruit ad, from Let's Make a Deal.
I like Smash, that movie he did when he was drunk.
Oh yeah,
I liked him in that Black Mirror episode. He was pretty good in that.
Oh, yeah.
Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what you been up to this week other than Passover, Atlas?
Well, after this, I'm going to go do karaoke with a bunch of my fellow teachers.
Oh,
'cause
fuck
we're on
yeah.
spring
Hey.
break right now.
Oh, yeah,
right.
nice. Hell
What's your go-to karaoke songs?
Good question?
I really got into the Great Gatsby musical. There's a Great Gatsby musical. And,
All right.
And the gangster, Wolfsheim, his song that he gets, Shady.
Shady.
It's literally just like, this is how cool it is to be a gangster. That's the whole fucking song.
Okay.
But I found out I can do it pretty well.
Nice.
So that's my new go-to. But for a long time, it was like Everybody Wants to Rule the World. You've got another thing
good
coming,
one.
Judas Priest or what?
That's a good one. Those are both.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get involved.
Yeah, but like enough of the other teachers are like Broadway fans that it just turns into, everyone's doing like fucking Hamilton or
Sure.
whatever other stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I went to a birthday recently, and it was a karaoke themed birthday, and I was like, all right, but it was like private room karaoke.
I like those. You get more chances.
You do get to sing more. My throat was raw the next day, but like I went into it being like this, like
From
this is
sucking dick.
yeah, that was a different thing. I was
later.
sucking a bunch of dick before I went in there, and then I was like coughing it up on the microphone, and I was like, God, you can like. So I got
See,
a lot of turns.
that would make it so you can do Shady because he's got like a really gravelly voice. when
Oh yeah,
do
you
it.
gotta suck a huge dick before you do that. Song.
Everybody is a tiny bit shady.
Me and Carly both were like being like, just like look, we're just gonna go and show them how amazing we are at singing.
Yeah.
And we like took it way too serious.
Don't be those people.
I was about to
Just-
say,
yeah.
did you show up in matching outfits, do islands in the stream?
Oh no,
That
just the whole thing, like where it was like, yeah, sure, I'll sing one for you, 5, 6, 7, and like fucking like launch it and like full throat sing, and then
Yeah.
then after that, someone's like, somebody once
That's
told
me.
me the world is gonna.
That's
roll
my
me."
go-to.
Yeah, everyone knows that song.
Yeah,
Everyone knows every word of it.
That's the trick to karaoke. It's like you
do
can't-
one that everyone knows.
No, not even just that. It's more so like one that you don't have to look at the fucking lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like if you, because that way you can go into the crowd, you can really ham it up.
Yeah.
Go into the crowd.
Always go in the
Jesus
crowd. They give you a wireless
Christ.
mic for a reason, Samuel.
my,
The last time I did it, so I married into a musical family too. So my
Nice.
sister-in-law did something from the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And then it was my turn, and I was like, I hereby dedicate this to my wife, and I did the song Settle For Me.
Okay. Nice.
That's pretty much it. I love my wife. Love
Hell
you,
yeah.
Katie.
Shout out to Katie.
Yeah.
After that birthday, me and Carly got like everyone else was drunk and happy, and we got in the car. And we're like, we're really good singers.
We were killing that, right?
We killed
Right?
that.
Yeah, yeah.
We killed it.
Yeah. He sounded great on High Harmony. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost turned into an Adam Scott Step Brothers thing. It was like, you're so flat.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
so flat.
Yeah.
When I see karaoke in LA sometimes, I don't want to participate because of how serious some people are.
Nashville,
and they're like
it
a
was so much
semi decent singer going
Yeah.
to karaoke and like acting like it's their show.
Yeah,
I can't deal with
this
that.
is the avenue their dream took. And you're like, oh god, no.
There is that, I don't know, they have those like karaoke competitions that we've seen Joe K do before that are
Oh, yeah.
fucking awesome. And those people.
He's a karaoke extraordinaire.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, and those people are like they embrace like kind of just the camp ridiculousness of it. So I wouldn't necessarily feel judged by those people, but there's the lone wolf karaoke people that will show up and they have the opera voice, and you're just like,
Oh, yeah.
They're
the
the-
Adeles of the world.
they are the
Yeah.
same people that show up to the bar with their own pool stick. It's the exact same vibes where you're just like, you
Yeah.
get a life, man.
I think, well, you know, if I've been talking about like, oh, you should get a hobby and that's their hobby, fine, whatever. I don't think they're hurting anybody.
No, no, but-
it's a little funny. That's
Yeah,
all.
well, those competitive karaoke things, like they're like a team. You know, it's like so they show up and they're all like, okay, you're going to do this song, and then
Yeah.
you know they have solos and duets and that kind of thing. But then there's just like I said, like lone wolf opera guys is just like they're just showing up
I'm
like
gonna fucking crush Phantom.
yeah, straight up fucking. I'm going to do
Yeah.
Piano Man, and these people are going to lose their minds.
Have you ever heard the theory that Piano Man is it's Billy Joel in a gay bar
and he doesn't know it.
doesn't know it?
Love
Yeah.
that. That's my
I love
favorite.
that theory so much.
Yeah,
That's great.
It is perfectly.
And they're putting the money in because they're like, I wonder how long they're going to take for him to notice that this is a gay
yeah.
bar.
Davies in the Navy.
yeah, probably will be for life. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All the signs are there. Absolutely. Yeah. That
If
is
you
a-
asked Billy Joel if that was the case, he'd be like, sure.
Is this a gay bar? What?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think. I wasn't paying attention. I was just trying to do, all of Glass Houses on this piano.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Ooh.
best record. Best
yeah.
better
I think The
Turnstiles.
Stranger is the best of his.
I think
Oh,
that's the landmark. Turnstiles is honestly my favorite.
Ooh.
I like Glass Houses mainly because Sleeping with the Television On is clearly him trying to do Elvis Costello. And it's great. And that's the thing is Elvis Costello was so great in the 80s that even people trying to rip him off made good songs in the process of doing
his
so.
Fake McCartney
Rising
song's
Tide lifts all boats.
Straight up. Yeah. I love that song.
This one guy at the karaoke after the mic on Thursdays, he's like, his whole thing is like, he always does a Korn song. Always. He always does like Falling Away From Me, and he plays in a Korn cover band.
Okay.
God.
And
That's
like,
kind of fun. I don't know.
I mean, he fucking throws himself into it, but everyone like barely looks when he's doing it.
Because he has no new tricks at this point.
It's just he keeps doing that song.
Yeah.
I think if you do karaoke at the same place every week, that's kind of crazy. But having just one in the arsenal to go anywhere.
That's too much corn, in my opinion.
yeah.
To be in the cover band and also sing it in your free time.
There was this guy I knew who used to do Get What You Give, the New Radical song.
Right.
Every time we would go to a karaoke, and he would always like end up standing on a table and try to get people to get really fucking into it.
And they're not, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've saw him. Sometimes
Okay,
people would
all right.
get up and go crazy, but yeah, most times no.
Step up.
Yeah, baby.
Take action.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you think you're doing here, Mrs. White.
Shake your booty. It's your duty.
I take responsibility.
Y'all, we have time for just one more segment. And of course, this is our Jam of the Week. And because Atlas Novack, proud son of the City of Angels, I figured we needed a good old L.A. band to talk about. So here we go. Oh,
Dude, good
get
call.
ready for about 12 time signature changes, folks. This is Tool from their album Lateralis. with Schism, huh?
Yeah, dude.
And
they have some potentially insane fans.
They have the worst fans. Like they admit like Maynard
Worse
James
than
Keenan-
Rush fans, or like what's the?
well, so
Dude.
and I didn't know this for a fact about you, Atlas, but I was thinking, based on the amount of Rush T-shirts I've seen you wear, I was like,
Yes.
there's a chance he might be a Tool guy. Are you a Tool guy?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
that-
I lean more Iron Maiden than Tool, but I like Tool.
Okay, right on.
right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Tool kind of took, what Rush did in the 70s and 80s to the 90s in that it is very intellectual music for dumb people, if that makes sense.
I guess that's like Dream Theater a little bit too.
Sure. Yeah.
I think what they were going for was like King Crimson with like Black Sabbath, but it ended up being more like Rush mixed with
Yeah.
like
Well, it's super technical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the Fibonacci scales alone, bro.
Dude, I'm not kidding. This song, I think, has 4 time signature changes in it.
That sounds like Rush.
And
That's,
boy, every
yeah.
commenter on YouTube was just like, I tried to play this on drums and it's impossible.
Oh, the lore behind it's like it's about 9/11 and shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It came out before 9/11, dude, because Maynard saw, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Maynard.
He opened his third eye, man.
Dude, Maynard's fucking trying to warn us, dude.
Yeah. He knew it wasn't like Denzel in Flight situation. He knew it was terrorism right when the first tower got hit.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
Well, they use
Somehow we looped in 9/11 again.
Oh, yeah.
that's the fan base.
Well,
they use all this.
Yeah,
We're 9/11
yeah,
truthers
well,
for sure.
yeah, and you know what I have to say about that, Atlas?
I take responsibility.
The art for Tool, they use the Alex Gray is the artist they use for a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
Trip heads love Alex Gray's art.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
it attracts a whole new fan base to Tool who probably wouldn't be there otherwise. They're like, yeah, they're trippy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're like the Tool. Like I've been to 2 Tool shows. I love them. And,
Yeah.
like they hate their own fans.
As I've said before, they are the ultimate coworker music. Everybody knows a guy who this is their band.
Everyone knows a guy who's about to join the Marines who's overdosed on opioids to Tool.
I feel like all of those qualifications could also be made for like Rick and Morty. Everybody knows
absolutely.
a coworker who's doing Rick and
1000%,
Morty.
yeah.
Everybody knows who's somebody who's about to get into the armed forces and
Damn.
is overdosed who loves Rick and Morty.
Oh.
You can slot them in perfectly from each
Dude,
other.
does
Rick and Morty hates their fans. Yeah.
I bet
Yeah.
there are glass pipes based on that guy's artwork, just like Rick and
Yeah.
Morty.
Definitely. Yeah.
Shit. That's fucking perfect, man. Yeah, Rick and Morty.
The last Tool show I went to, it was at the Crypt.
Uh-huh.
And like
See, doesn't it work better?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it just works better. And fucking, they lose their shit if you pull your phone out.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the whole thing is they lose their shit.
Did they give you the magnet bag thing to put it in, or are they just like, no phones, we will tackle you?
Oh no yonder pouch. Just like they're just like just be cool, man. Just try to take the So Maynard James Keenan he's because he's got like a gray little pouffant thing.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
his- and he's like dressed like he's like a fucking he's gonna park your car or something.
Yeah.
And he's like hey, he fucking freaked out at someone during the song. He's like, put your fucking phone away. Put your fucking phone away.
So this just sounds like me with my students before we got the yonder pouches into school.
oh man, that's great that they have those at school. over there.
LAUSD like this year they were like cracking down on the phones, and then mid-year we got the yonder pouches, and the kids are like, we know how to break them, right? I'm like, yes, but I've seen 90-something% less phone bullshit
Yeah, well-
in the classroom, so they did their job.
Right, but in a room full of adults, that is
at the
like
Staples Center.
That's like
Yeah.
standing at the beach and yelling at the waves to stop.
Yes,
like you're a fucking
exactly.
It's not
But
gonna happen.
he was also like, he was doing this thing. He was like, are you guys ready to just fucking take a fucking journey with me? You want to take a fucking journey with me? It's like, shut up, you fucking vineyard owning fucking millionaire. Like,
Take a
shut the
journey with
fuck
me, and then
up.
someone who doesn't get it, just a small town girl.
He's like acting like he's still like leading people through the fucking third eye of the universe. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you fucking made your money, and now you play these boring ass 20-minute songs, and it's like people still. I mean, look, I love it, but
Yeah.
Take a journey with me is the musician equivalent of a comic saying, strap in, motherfucker.
yeah, get ready for the most
Same energy.
underwhelming set of all time.
Yeah, well, let's take a journey down into the YouTube comments of
no.
Tool's Schism. This song has 76 million views, 22,861 comments, and yo, I read every goddamn last one of them. So now,
Wow.
let us
That's
dive
impressive.
down into the comments and explore. First up, Dad Out to Lunch from 4 years ago.
That's a great name.
I love it. And his is very simple. It just says, my wife just let me loose. Watch out.
This guy's out to lunch. This guy.
Get in line for Space Mountain. Oldest ride, longest line. Woo! It's styling and profiling. My shoes cost more than your house.
It's 2021 too, so
Oh yeah.
he's out and he's spreading the coronavirus.
His wife got a COVID divorce, and he is in these streets, y'all. Next up, Solid Bass from 5 years ago. All the Tool videos have always been pretty fucking trippy.
Yeah, dog.
Gotta love Maynard and his twisted ass head.
This is where I'm fucking dorking out. The guitar player directs all of them. So Maynard doesn't have shit to do with it.
Oh, really?
Because the guitar player did like the special effects for Terminator and shit.
Oh, okay. I saw some references to such things, and I didn't bother investigating further. But
Did
okay.
you guys see the movie Companion recently?
No, I want to. Yeah,
It was good, but there's like a really good there's a Terminator reference in there.
Okay.
That you'll like. It's a good movie.
Odie 1401 1 year ago. Don't play this in the car. It's considered drunk driving. Can't focus on the road when you're traveling the astral plane, man.
Trip heads.
Yeah.
These fucking trip heads.
Dude, fucking center of your soul, dude. Fibonacci scales. I just remember hearing fucking Spunyan saying Fibonacci scales.
Yeah. What was it? I'm going to say like 2005. I feel like was a big year for Fibonacci stuff.
Danny Carey wears like golf clothes all the time and shit. He lives in Malibu.
Jennifer Traeger 4 days ago. This is new. To whom it concerns, for all the scumbags, don't come around here no more. I know who you are. I'm a little bit psycho and psychic. Ha 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 ha. Boogaloo, bite me.
Shit, dude. I know those pieces
That's
fit.
a warning. Yeah, the pieces fit. And that's what he says at the end of the song over and over and over. So that one's kind of vague. This one also, Nova says 4 years ago, I have a goblin that lives at the base of my skull. Ha ha ha. That bitch need to sit the fuck down, get me in trouble and shit.
Damn, dude.
The goblin.
None of these have anything to do with the song. They're just saying shit. It's
These are all like bathroom wall comments.
Yeah, definitely. This definitely feels like a bathroom wall.
Untethered psychopathy.
Williams 91, and keep in mind this is from 5 years ago. So the website that I used to read these tells the exact date, and this was like February 20th, 2020.
Okay.
He says, Billie Eilish, who? Shut the fuck up. Chase Center, San Francisco, June 23rd, 2020. Unless I die before that day, I'll be there. The one and only Tool.
Oh my God.
It's like, I got bad news. You might not die, but you definitely won't be there.
So,
I just got my ticket for the Titanic.
Yeah.
Rivers, you are aware of the potential Tool lawsuit. Have you heard about this?
No, what is this?
Okay, this is like so you.
Oh, hell yeah.
So there was this thing, and it like people were accusing it of being like Firefest levels of fucking of fraud.
Oh, this sounds vaguely familiar. What happened?
So there was this thing where it was like you go to Costa Rica or something, and it was like, and it's a couple of bands in Tool, and they promised to play 2 unique sets.
I did see this.
And
yes.
then but they lied, and
Yeah.
they basically played the same set twice in one night, and so people were like fucking flipping out. They were like, I spent fucking $50,000 on this shit. And this guy from Atlanta, this lawyer from Atlanta, is like trying to make a class action lawsuit against them for playing anything but their new album.
That's fucking awesome.
Which is so good. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
that's the level of like insane that Tool fans are. Like they only have like fucking like 40 songs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what are they going to do? Come on. This one is Pasha Pasovsky from 10 days ago. Normal people can't possibly like Tool. Never mind love them passionately, as if they did it on purpose. Clearing out the boring, uninspired masses to make room for us weirdos who dedicate our lives and limb to being in love with the undefined. I say, thank you, brothers.
he was swirling a wine glass while he was typing.
Yeah.
He works in the vineyard for James
Yes.
Maynard Keenan. Yeah.
It's also like that logic of like, see, I'll go against the status quo, dude, just like everyone else who voted for Trump.
It sounds like they're being pretentious about being crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
No one understands my twisted mind.
Am I twisted mind?
Yeah, my mind.
I'm one of the few that appreciates this massively popular band.
I know. Mini Red Satan 6 years ago.
Great name.
I had to watch this because they new album sucks so bad. What a pile of shit it is. Way to phone it in, you sellout pussy fucks.
People did not like Fear
They
Inoculum.
really did not like it at all. I don't know. I'm just
Fuck him for owning a vineyard. Yeah.
Yeah, this is post him making a documentary about his vineyard.
Well, this guy is on that shit too. Hiltz from 5 years ago. Maynard's wine tastes like shit. Maynard is a piece of dog shit. If you're reading this, Maynard, fuck you.
Jesus.
Which I love that.
He was also swirling a wine glass, but angrily.
Yeah, he was shaking it. It was more of a shake than a swirl. He was shaking the box of wine.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like shaking like a yoo-hoo or something.
Well, this
Yes, this has a nice body to it that I got at the 7-Eleven.
Shaking a Four Loko.
I like to imagine this guy was literally thinking, like, where can I tell Gray Maynard to fuck himself?
Yeah, yeah.
Where is the best place for me to say that?
Maynard hears you, dude.
Yeah. Oh, he hears everything. He's got the third ear open too. You know. Yeah, that's how fucked up he got. He's got a fucking fractal pattern going in his third eye and third ear,
Dude.
and third butthole.
He does have a third butthole. The second butthole's nothing extraordinary, but the third one,
That's like everybody's. That third one though.
he calls his pee hole his third butthole.
Alfred Vigil 5 years ago. To all you good people out there, Tool is good. Am drunk. All right.
Yay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck you. John ZB 3 years ago. Played this for my ex bitch right after I left her.
Jesus, John.
And yeah, I took the dogs with me. I could never leave them with her. It would be cruel. Like, all
I
right.
have done zero introspection into myself as a person. I took the dogs.
I love Tool.
I love Tool. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd probably tell the dogs they need to get a job too.
Dirty Dean 4 years ago. Ooh. This song helped me explain my feelings to my wife. And while she's not a fan, she now understands what I wanted to say. Still madly in love with her, but she is not a Tool fan.
There are two kinds of people in this world.
As we've said, it's the funniest thing ever to play a song for someone and be like, this is how I feel, and then just sit there.
And that's why you sent. That's one of the good things about streaming is you can be like, here's the link to the music while we're not in the same room together.
Oh, but you know, this guy was like, I'm going to play you a song, and I want you to tell me.
this is
And
like-
then it sits there like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna flip your shit.
She's like trying to talk to you. She's like, no, listen to what Maynard has to say.
Oh, that's a kind of a Gen X thing because their minds are so blown by streaming. They will like, here, listen to this song right now on my phone, and they'll put it to your ear. It's like, oh, this is
it's all
assault.
tinny and shit.
Yeah, this is assault. This is straight up assault.
Yeah, yeah. This one is Cody Stalder 3 years ago. I need a limitless supply of marijuana.
Same.
Nice, beautiful place to live.
Same.
Beautiful people.
Same.
Beautiful luxury fast cars.
Same.
I don't like that you still got the money in the street, motherfucker.
Same.
I'm the mirror and the mirror's edge. Cindy Jamie, she's kicking down everything. But you ain't turning my baby into your pleasurable private property, and that's a fact. This son of a bitch don't play nice, and I ain't buying y'all butt fuckers a new life.
That rules.
Divorce.
I was gonna say that's divorced dad on Christmas.
Totally.
I ain't buying you butt fuckers a new life. Leave me alone.
I need a limitless
That is
supply of marijuana instead.
Oh my god! I grew up with divorced parents. Like this energy was like emanating every time I went over to my dad's house. Like, yeah.
I just need a beach.
He wasn't as angry as that, but just like the bitterness from it. Yeah.
I want to start bringing that back as just a word to call people. Now listen up, you butt fuckers.
I will buy you butt fuckers a new life.
Yes, I will.
That song by Everclear. Oh my god, that rules.
Oh, fuck.
This butt fucker over here.
This one is Albert Cooper 2 years ago. When I was younger, I used to say, please don't fuck with me. But now that I'm 43, I say, come get some if you want some mayhem.
Damn.
Don't answer when I knock on your door. I got something for you, bro. Just wait and see what I'm going to do to your soul.
Shit, dude.
That's
Tool's also a weird angry guy band.
Yeah.
He was going for like Leonidas energy, the like come and take them, but too many words.
It's the 43 of it all.
Yes.
Where I'm like, as a person who's rapidly approaching that age, like you could take me out by hitting my knees pretty hard. I think at this point,
you can hit my knees pretty hard. I'm 31. Like
yeah.
But then you get to like in your 50s and you get old man strength.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that. That'll be fun. And finally, the Zen from 3 years ago. True story. As a prank, my brother and I played this song through the HD system in our house when our 87-year-old grandmother was visiting. She was all alone on the couch, and we turned the system on while she was reading. She sat there confused and began calling out to various family members, some who haven't been alive in ages.
Oh, your dementia grandma.
I mean, that's horrible.
Where's Uncle Frankie? The devil's in the house. Then she stopped and she seemed resigned to her fate. She stared off into nowhere. And then, during the final minute, she slowly raised up her hands, put them on top of her head, and we expected for her to cry out for help. Oh my God, she yelled. Here it comes. This is fabulous. Wait,
there's no way that happened.
What, Grandma?
Yeah.
Grandma likes Tool too.
Everybody likes Tool, Carter. Come on.
It's like just bullying your dementia-addled grandmother.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm going to pretend the ending was different.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
This is great. I loved it actually.
And this is the part here. Grandma would just be, ooh, that last minute, the time signature change. Oh wow! Did you know that this is about him doing math?
Dude,
wow!
I remember I wanted my guitar teacher to teach me this on bass.
Oh yeah.
That's part.
Yeah.
And he was like, he did begrudgingly, but he was like, you want to learn how to play Back in Black by AC/DC? And I was like, no.
And then he had to go look up the fucking tabs, probably.
Then I kept asking him to teach me Green Day songs, and he was like, is there anything else you'd like to learn? Like, no.
Oh man. Well, yeah, that is the most grandma-pleasing music in the world. That is Tool with Schism, our jam of the week. Atlas Novack, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Atlas Novack, Novack, by the way, on pretty much anywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky. I nuked my Twitter from orbit.
Why?
Because it fucking sucks.
True.
And you can also follow Generation Dan at Generation Dan in all those same places. We stream on Sundays. The new episodes come out on the Friday. That was pretty much it.
Hell yeah, man.
So,
well,
thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming back.
Doing it,
This is
man.
a fun time. Sam, where can people find you on the internet?
Slam Harder on Blue Sky. Sam Harder 666 on Instagram. You can find me every Thursday, 5 p.m. at the Goods from the Woods YouTube page, live streaming.
Slam and Za.
with
hanging out.
Rivers.
Yeah. Carter, where can people find you online?
Carter_Glasscock on Instagram and, Threads,
Hell yeah.
Facebook,
He's threading it up,
and
folks.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And I my payment lapsed on my website, so
Damn, I used to go there all the time.
dude. Well, someone stole my someone hacked into my debit card. I had to get new debit cards.
What? Damn, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Damn. That's
Too much porno. That's what the guy at the bank said. He's like, too much porno? And I was like, no, I don't think so.
Just the right amount.
It's just a normal amount,
Dude, I had some, fraudulent thing pop up on my, text. There was like Bank of America says that you charge like whatever it was, like, a couple $100 to this thing. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't do that. So I was like, cancel fraud, send me a new card. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, that's actually the video software I use to make our YouTube clips. They just are named something different on their thing. So I had to go undo that because, and I waited because I was working and I was sitting on my ass. And they finally sent me a thing like, the investigation has begun. And I was like, okay, all right. And I had to go to Bank of America and be like, make it stop. I'll pay the money.
Dude, I was like worried about. I was like telling Carly. I was like, oh, man, what happens if I fucking lose the domain CarterGlasscock.com? It's like, who else is gonna use that?
I mean, GoDaddy might be sitting on it. You know,
yeah. I'm gonna buy it and just talk shit about you.
Oh, come on, don't do it.
Carter Glasscock bullies his dementia-addled grandmother.
I don't. It's a lie.
And then she kept just saying, "What? What's happening?
This is great. I actually love Tool. I love Wells Fargo."
Carter Glasscock defrauds people with tarot card schemes.
Now put your debit card in this bag of eggs.
Oh, look, there's worms again.
Butterfingers. Hell yeah. Well, you can find me on most forms of social media at Rivers Langley. And if you'd like to see me do stand-up comedy, May 10th, hey, Canada, what's up? Come see me at the Underground Comedy Club in Vancouver, British Columbia. I cannot wait to get there. May 11th, The Rendezvous in Seattle, Washington. May 12th, Eastburn Public House in Portland, Oregon. May 14th, Olympia, Washington with my friend Andy Awancio. Still waiting to hear what the venue is, but she's like, hey, I got us a show. So I'm just going with Andy on that one.
Down and then back up.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I just know I'm going to see my buddy Mike in Olympia. So what's up?
Nice.
If the show's good, that's great. But, we're going to go hang out in Olympia. May 15th, Little Mountain Gallery in Vancouver. Back to Vancouver. That's right. And then May 16th, Bellingham, Washington. And you guys got to follow at Nobody's Peach Band on social media if you want to come to that show. Come on. It's going to be fun, everybody. And then I'm flying down south. May 23rd, I'm opening for Skylar Higley. 2 shows, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. at Sports Drink in New Orleans. And May 24th, The Dungeon Comedy Club at Covington Country Club in Covington, Louisiana. So, doing a bunch of stuff. Probably going to add some more dates, hopefully down south. But at any rate, come see me. If you would like to buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/thegoodspod. Make you look skinny on TV. And of course, the best way to support the show, hey, if you're watching this, you're already doing it. You're supporting us in the best way possible over at patreon.com/thegoodspod. Second best way to support our show, head to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave a comment, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, we will make you take responsibility. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.